This is your November 25th, 2023 lesson. It's the second phase of your current improvement program, and that's a better rotation of the body and keeping the butt against the backboard. We'll run this thing through. We'll just let it play. Look at the swing, and I'll show you, like I said during the lesson, there's some good parts in here. Okay, so that's the swing. You should be able to play with that. The good parts, like I said here, is, that shaft and club head is in a perfect spot at the takeaway. You haven't moved your head. At this point, you haven't moved away from the back wall, so that position's good. And then it starts up a little steep, and then you stop it right here, and see how those shoulders. I mean, those shoulders are basically horizontal, right? As opposed to, get rid of this guy. Here's Woods on the right here, and see how his his shoulders are nicely perpendicular to his spine. Your spine angle at the start is this red line, and your shoulders aren't close to perpendicular to that. So what that does is it restricts your backswing. Not only does that left shoulder bump into your chin, but your shoulders can't rotate when it's, instead of 90 degrees, it's like 40 degrees or something like that. I mean, it just doesn't work. So that's the main issue of a restricted backswing. That's why your hands, this is in the middle of his swing. He goes on and keeps rotating the shoulder and all. And like I said, when so work on a better shoulder tilt. Okay, so see when the club gets here. See, his shoulders are almost 90 degrees. They're pointed almost at the ball. Yours is back here, so the shoulders have only rotated around your spine, I don't know, 15 degrees, something like that. He's got like 85. So that shows me that you got an independent movement of the hands or arms, which ends up shortening your width, but also eliminates that rotation around your spine, but you're restricted with that shoulder tilt. Okay, so number one ingredient, work on shoulder tilt. When I went by Pernice on the driving range when he wasn't traveling for 10 years, I'd say, "Hey, Pro, what are you working on?" "Yeah, shoulder tilt." He works on shoulder tilt constantly. So, and you should too. So, anyway, shoulder tilt is really important to you, and that's, I think, is what's the main reason you're restricted backswing. The other thing is, from face on, remember we got the left knee, the left lower leg, the knee never points behind the ball. It's vertical. That's the other thing that restricts it. So you have those things that are restricting the backswing, and those are the things that are decreasing your speed, your distance. So those are the two leaks in your speed control. Okay, so now as you get up here, now you're going to see you're losing spine angle, early extension, and that's causing inconsistency. See, at this point, you're coming away from the back wall. Okay, so at the top of the backswing, you're like what's 3 inches from the back wall. So that means your body is 3 inches closer to the ball. Now you lost this burgundy line is your spine angle at address, and this gray line is your spine angle at right now. So that's a difference in 9 degrees, and you keep that loss of spine angle through impact. Okay, so now as you come down, watch your hands. This is a good move. Okay, this is the move that you had for years. See how it's a little steep, and then you got this shallowing move. See how the shaft is parallel to the yellow lines? That's really good. Okay, that's why you can play golf so well, is you got this little compensating shallowing. I personally would rather see, because that's an in swing move that when under pressure we get shorter quicker. See, he's got that thing on playing right the entire time. So when he starts down, he's going to shallow it too. But basically, this is where we want you pointed at the top. See out left, you never get there. But if we get you rotating around your spine, we should be able to. See, okay. So anyway, with a short, quick swing, this shallowing will work. Okay. I think once we fix that left knee and fix that shoulder tilt, we should be able to get our hands higher and be a more full swing. But okay. So as you come down, now at this point, because your belt buckle's gone to the ball about 4 inches now, that means your left hip's in the way. You really can't clear it, even if you wanted to. And so we end up you're just throwing your hands at it. See how you kind of throw in your hands and rolling them right here? I mean, you're rolling it. That's getting it kind of online. Whereas him, he gets down here. He's not throwing his hands at it. Once he gets here, now he just rotates through. Boom. See, hips clear, hips turn. See that action? You're talking about the shoulder tilt. It's tilted here, slightly above the ball. When it comes down, it's more exaggerated. The shoulder tilt's like actually inside the ball. So, but here's the deal. If your hip's in the way and you're throwing your hands at it, you'll never be able to get that right shoulder down through impact. Okay. So then you come through, and so you've lost the spine angle even more. It's so that gray area is where it shifted. So you lost, at this point, you lost like about 20 degrees in spine angle. The good news is your head's in a spot where you can kind of hit. And the good news too is you didn't used to do this. You're turning that right leg, getting that right knee pointed at the ball. Previously, I've got videos where you just kind of slid and you never really turned into it. So you got this action now, which you didn't used to have. See how your hips are turning? Okay, they're a little late and it's too close to the ball, but this little action, watch how your belt is like rotating parallel to the ground. That's really good action. You didn't used to have that. I mean, I got videos where, you just kind of slap at it and you never really get to that right toe. It's just a little late, but understandably because you're closer to the ball and you're away from the butt board.